Have you ever struggled to solve a problem like this? Well, in this video, we're going over Box and Whisker Plots. Let's do it. Alright, so to solve Box and Whisker problems, you first need to know the elements that make up a Box and Whisker Plot. Alright, so let's draw out an example. Alright, now that we've drawn out our example Box and Whisker Plot problem, let's identify all the factors. So first off, our box is obviously the thing in the middle, this right here. So this is our box. Next, our whiskers. So these are our whiskers over here. So whichever whisker is longer, that means the data in the Box and Whisker plot is leaning towards the other side. So in this case, this side is longer, which means there's more data on this side. Next, the range. The range is just the difference between the beginning and the end of the Box and Whisker plot. Alright, now let's look more closely at the box. So this first line right here, this entry line, is our quarter 1, or our lower quartile. And this third line right here is our quarter 3, or our upper quartile. And this middle line is the median, which is the middle number in the entire set of data. So median. There's two other things we need to know, and those are formulas for the upper limit and lower limit. So the upper limit and lower limit are not directly given to us on this Box and Whisker plot, so we have to solve for it. So the upper limit, so let's write this as UL. So the upper limit can be solved for by doing Q3, which is our upper quartile, plus 1.5 times Q3 minus Q1. And that's our upper quartile minus our lower quartile. And that also is called the interquartile range. So the difference between the upper and lower quartile is what we call our interquartile range, or our IQR. Alright, so that number is right here. So between this line and this line. So our interquartile range is from here to here because it's in between the two quartiles. Next, let's look at the lower limit. So LL for lower limit, and that's just Q1, or the lower quartile, minus 1.5 times Q3 minus Q1, which is again the IQR, or interquartile range. Alright, now that we know all of this, let's solve our problems. Alright, first up, calculate the range of the Box and Whisker plot below. Alright, so the range is just the difference between the first number, which is negative 10, right here, and the last number, which is 2. So that's 2 after 0, so 2 right here, and 10 before 0, so 10 right here. So if we add these up, we get 12, and that's the total range of the Box and Whisker plot below, and that's your answer. Next, what is the value of the upper quartile from the Box and Whisker plot below? Alright, so the upper quartile is also our quartile 3, which is the third line. So in this case, it's right here, and that is 56, and that's your answer. Next, from the Box and Whisker plot below, what is the value of the interquartile range? So we know the interquartile range is the difference between quartile 1, or the lower quartile, and quartile 3, or the upper quartile. So the difference between here and here. So this number right here is 25, and this is 28. So the difference between 25 and 28 is just 28 minus 25, and that equals 3, and that's your answer. Next, identify the first quartile in the Box and Whisker plot below. Okay, so the first quartile, that's also our lower quartile, or our quartile 1, and that's this number right here. So this number is 36, and that's your answer. Using the Box and Whisker plot below, what value is 5 more than the median? Alright, so our median is this middle line right here. So this is our median. That happens to be 16. So we just have to find what is 5 more. So 16 plus 5. And that equals 21. And that's your answer. Next, what is the positive difference of the medians of the two Box and Whisker plots below? Alright, so we need to identify the median of each Box and Whisker plot and find the difference. So let's take our first Box and Whisker plot. So the median is just the middle line in the box, and that is this number right here. So that happens to be 25. So that's our first number. So this is our first median, so we can write this as M1. And our second median, so that's this number right here, and that's 27. So 27 is our M2, or second median. Now we just need to find the difference. So 27 minus 25 equals 2. And that's your answer. Alright, next. Using the Box and Whisker plot below, what is the lower limit for outliers? Alright, So the lower limit formula is LL, which is our lower limit, equals Q1, which is our lower quartile, minus 1.5 times the interquartile range, which is Q3, or our upper quartile, minus Q1, or our lower quartile. Alright, so let's plug in our numbers. So our quartile 1, which is our lower quartile, that's just 28. So 28 minus 1.5 times Q3 minus Q1. So let's find out what our Q3 is. So our Q3 is this number right here. And that's 34. So this becomes 28 minus 1.5 times 34 minus Q1. Well, we already know what Q1 is, and that's 28. Alright, so 34 minus 28, that's just 6. 1.5 times 6, that's just 9. So this entire problem becomes 28 minus 9. And the answer to that is 19. And that's your answer. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to show your support. These videos take a lot of effort to make, and I would really appreciate it.